Good morning, everyone. In this video, I would like to tackle the quarreling situation, or the topic, or the methodology of teachers, those who are dealing with ESL context. When you say ESL context, it means teaching English as a second language. And when you say ESL teacher, it means you are going to deal with a foreign students, right? In other words, students who are learning English as a second language, and their first language is not the English language, right? But the reason behind recording this is just to make a conclusive, right? A conclusive idea about whether you provide which way you need to provide, or which instruction that you're going to use, or what language you are going to implement while teaching. So I prefer to teach English, even though I am dealing with a student their language is not the English or the target language. The purpose is that you will develop your self-capability and become an independent and more, let's say, skillful teacher. The use of foreign language or second language will minimize, all right, and decrease your acquisition process, right? And the target goal of each lesson provided will not be grasped. So when we teach English, the major purpose is to teach them how they speak, how write, listen and read, by following intensive program and providing a structural way or structural items that lead them to be a skillful and talented while speaking or while dealing with the English language. English is an international language, right? Or any other language, especially if you teach not just the English language. If you are a French teacher, or let's say for a French language teacher, you also need to provide an instructional course with the use of the target language, without a direct translation or a direct interpretation, right, into the other language. You may find the problems, you may find difficulties in dealing with that, but the realization of distinctive way and techniques, all right, in order to clarify the ambiguity or ambiguous words, all right, you could find alternative ways, especially the non-verbal communication, by implementing the use of gestures, the use of pictures and visual aids, and so forth. Their comprehensible input will be enhanced, right? Will be grasped and will be developed